In today's video, we are going to be identifying functions. So what a function is a relation. For every input in the relation, there is only one unique output. And another fancy way of basically input and outputs are fancy ways of saying X and Y. So when you have a table, you usually have the X's on the left and the Y's on the right. And that is called a relation. We have any set of points with X and Y. And so for every input in that table, there's only one unique output. So we have an example of a function on the left here and not a function on the right. All right. So we have for this function here on the left, each input, -1 only goes to 5, 0 only goes to 3, 1 only goes to 4, 2 only goes to 7, and 3 only goes to 4. The reason why this is not a function over here is that the 3 goes to 0. No, 3 goes to 0 is fine, but the 4 goes to 7, and it also goes to 14. So it's because of these two, right? This input, that input of 4 has two different outputs. Okay. So also another way to be able to check if it's function, if you have repeating X values, right? These would be the X's here. 4 repeats, that means this is not a function. So that's how you can tell a vertical table is a function or not. If all the X values are different, it's a function. If you have repeating X values, it's not a function. But the terminology, if you're ever asked on a test on why is something a function, every input has only one unique output. So let's take a look at another type of table, horizontal tables over here. All right, here are my inputs, the X values. If I look here, there are multiple outputs with the same input. So this right here, these 3 over here, where I'm talking about age of an employee and hourly wage, these right here tell me it's not a function. All right. I don't even have to look at the rest of the table. Right below here, when we're comparing number of shirts with their price, each unique input, or each input has one unique output. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's no repeating inputs here. All right. So this one would be a function. So all of these are all different. All right, so we took a look at a vertical table and we took a look at a horizontal table. Let's take a look at a set of points. So we have a set of points here. All right, remember with each of these points, right, we have the first values, the X and the Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. So we're just really concerned about the X values. All right. So right here, -8, 4. So -8, 4, 5, and 7. They are all different. So this first one is a function. All right. The next one, -6, -4, 4, -1. Those are all different. This one is also a function. And then the next one, 6, -3. -3. These two repeat, and -9. So because that these two X values repeat, that input has two different outputs. It is not a function. And then the last one, we have 5, 0, -4, and 1. They are all unique function. All right. So it doesn't matter if the y's repeat. Like notice here, the y's repeat in this one. That's okay. You could have repeating y values. All right. But for every input, there's only one unique output. So we took a look at tables. We took a look at a set of points. Now let's take a look at graphs. Now to determine if a graph is a function or not is by looking at it and see if it passes the vertical line test. What I mean by the vertical line test is if you draw a vertical line anywhere on this graph, it's only going to intersect one point. So if I draw a vertical line here, it's only going to intersect one point. If I draw it here, only 1 point. Here, only 1 point. So this would be considered a function. Okay, and this will show you that only intersects one spot no matter where you draw that vertical line. Okay, let's look at another one. This one, if I draw a vertical line here, intersects two spots. That means it is not a function. All right, so when it's not a function in these areas right here because they intersect more than once a time. All right, let's look at another one. This one, if I draw a vertical line here, intersects two spots. It is not a function. The vertical line crosses the graph more than one time. Right, this vertical line does that. And let's take a look at another one. This one, ooh, this is a little tricky. Draw a vertical line here, only intersects once, No matter where I draw this vertical line, it looks like it only intersects once. Even though it has a bunch of curves in it, this would be considered a function. Right, so that vertical line will never cross more than one time. Okay, so we took a look at three different examples of tables, whether they're a function or not. And so for a table or a set of points, remember that each input has to have one unique output. And we'll show you that up here. Just refresh your memory. Each input, each x value has to have one unique output in order to be a function. All right. Same thing with a set of points. A set of points, they have to each know repeating x's, right? This one had repeating x's. That's why it's not a function. And with the graphs, it has to pass the vertical line test. So the vertical line must only intersect the function at one spot. All right. So that's it for today's video. You'll be given a set of problems that are going to determine whether a relation is a function or not and interpret different parts of that relation. All right. So thank you for watching today's video. And always remember, whether you're solving for X or Y, always give math a try.